This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Aqib Fiaz here in Milton Keynes. Aqib, congratulations on your points victory over Kane Baker, 77-75 on the card, but firstly just your reflection on that win.
It was a good fight. Kane Baker's tough, I respect him. He's a good fighter. Wears his heart on his sleeve, and he always leaves a good account of himself. Knew exactly what to expect, and at times maybe I was thinking I was more ahead and a lot more comfortable than I should have been. But it's all experience. I'm only 6 fights in, 21 years old. I've got a long way to go in the sport, so I'm learning on the job as well.
It was a very good performance from yourself, boxed very well on the back foot. Is that just kind of how you expected it to be? Was you expecting Kane just to come out, be the aggressor, and you was having to box and move around the ring throughout the fight?
To be honest with you, I've never really, anyone that's known me in the amateurs and my early pro fights will tell you I don't really box on the back foot. So it's something that we've been practicing in the gym and something I've only just recently started working on. So, to do it under the lights this early on in my career, it's a great experience, and moving forward I can use that experience, title fights and bigger fights myself. So I was happy with my performance, and obviously I'm going to watch it back, and there's a lot of things I need to work on. I'm 21, inexperienced really, 6-0. I've got a lot to learn, but I've got big dreams, so I won't stop until I'm there.
The scorecard of 77-75, just what were your thoughts on that? We saw Kane Baker kind of leave a ring very hastily at the end of that fight, and when the scorecard was announced, what was your thoughts on it?
Yeah, that's the kind of person he is. He wears his heart on his sleeve, doesn't he? And I'm sure he'll get over it. But straight after the fight, that's not what he said to me. So, I don't know if that was just for the cameras or what, but it is what it is. He'll get over it. He's a fighting man at the end of the day. So, that attitude is expected from him. So, it is what it is.
Obviously, there was a lot of kind of needle going into this fight because of what happened previously with you having to pull out for illness for the bout which should have taken place at fight camp. Does this feel that bit sweeter to be able to come away with a victory and put it behind you now, this kind of, I don't really want to say saga, but you know what I mean, this kind of chapter of your career behind you?
Yeah, of course. Chapter 6 is finally closed. It's been a long chapter. Loads of ups and downs, but so early on in my career, like I say, it's just practice for the big time, and when I'm in big fights, there's going to be stuff like that, isn't there? So at least I've already experienced it, and going forward, I know how to deal with it. And to be honest with you, I've not really disrespected Kane at all in all of the build-up. I know he's been a bit disrespectful, saying I wasn't ill and I was scared of him. Tonight showed you, look, if I was scared of him, I wouldn't have fought him. As soon as I could, I fought him straight away in the first show back. So I fear no man, and he's a lot more experienced than me, a lot older, a lot more mature, but it is what it is. I'll get in there and I'll fight anyone. So I'm happy with my performance, and I know he's upset, but I'm sure he'll calm down, and we'll talk about it soon.
How key can this victory be for your career moving forwards, given what happened in the build-up to it once again at such a young age and such an early stage of your career? How significant can this experience be for you moving forwards?
Of course, it's a big experience, not just in the ring, out of the ring, like you say. In the ring, obviously, I was practicing things, in a 12-round fight, you're going to have rounds where you need to take a break, go for a walk, defend. And in that fight, I had to do it because I've never done. My last fight was a 4-rounder. This one was an 8, so I had to do that in spots. And yeah, of course, like you say, going forward, I'm gonna have to do that. So it's a great experience of doing it under the lights. Not because it'd be a lot harder to get a 12-round fight and then having to practice that in the gym and then do it under the lights would be a lot harder. But I've done it under the lights now. So when I'm in them fights, I've already done it. So that's a big experience for me. And going forward, I think that experience will pay off.
How would you rate your own performance, and what did Jamie say to you?
Jamie was pretty happy in performance. Obviously, I've got to watch it back, but from myself now, I'd say it was a 7 out of 10. I did everything that I wanted to do. A few mistakes I made, of course, but like I say, I've never really boxed on the back foot before. I'm usually a front foot fighter, so I've boxed on my jab. Used timing, distance, ring IQ in there. Little shoulder roll as well. I tried a lot of things, but I was happy with the things I tried, happy with the things I learned in there, and going forward I'll use that in fights.
I know it's early doors as of yet, but I spoke to Jamie kind of a few days ago, and he said that provided today had gone to plan for you, which it has, he wants to see you in similar type of matchups, guys who will come to you, give you a good fight, and not just people who you'll be expected to defeat at such an early stage of your career. Is that kind of the level of opponent you'd expect to face at the minimum next up?
I don't care who I fight, it's up to Jamie and Eddie now and Steve Wood, the manager. I don't really, try and say I want to fight this. I want an easy fight or a hard fight. It's not up to me. They're the bosses. And Jamie sees me every day in the gym, and he knows what I'm capable of. And if he has faith in me and puts me in a fight, I've got faith in him, and I trust his decision.
Obviously, boxing behind closed doors, just a quick word. How did you find the experience?
It was really weird, really weird. As everyone knows, I bring a big crowd, so I wasn't really quite used to it. But I'd say it probably played into my hands as well, because I could be a bit calmer, box on the jab like I needed to tonight. So I think if a crowd was here, maybe I would have got involved where I didn't need to, and maybe would have been in more trouble, and it would have gone the other way. But no, I think boxing with no crowd, I quite enjoyed it. It's a different experience, and I'm one of the it's not special ones, but fortunate ones, yeah. Because not everyone's waiting for dates, aren't they? So I'm one of the fortunate ones who gets a date on TV, first time at 21 years old. I'm living the dream.
Just a final thing, for all those who couldn't come here tonight to watch you fight, what would you like to say to them? I'm sure they was all kind of crowded into the houses watching you on TV with obviously the 6-person per house overall, but you know what I mean? What would you like to say to all those guys who would have tuned in?
No, I love you all. Thank you for supporting me. Listen, the messages I've had of people, all the love and support you've showed, I love you all. Hope I did you proud, and I'll see you all soon.
Aqib, congratulations, enjoy your victory. I hope you can celebrate in some way, shape or form. But thanks be to Boxing Social.
Thank you, Andy.